Welcome back in this series of lectures on UV visible spectroscopy. So this is the sixth lecture in series of this UV visible spectroscopy. Today is 9th September. American chemists Albert Guercio and Glenn T. Seaborg announced the discovery of seaborgium on this day in 1974. So in the history of chemistry you will find that this date records the announcement of seaborgium. Seaborg became the first living person to have an element seaborgium named after him. He shared the 1951 Nobel Prize in Chemistry with Edwin Macmillan for the discovery of many transuranic elements. So such interesting things you can search in the cyberspace. Actually this data is available on the educational resource of Royal Society of Chemistry, which can create interest in learning process also. Usually I refer the series on this day in chemistry on the website of Royal Society. So I have mentioned these details from the same resource. So in this video we are going to see calculation of lambda max by Woodward-Fisher rules for enons. So in earlier lectures we have seen various fundamentals, and later on we have seen how to calculate lambda max values for dynes. So today we are going to see the calculations related to enons. So basically let us consider what is the structure of enon first. This structure is a enon structure, ENE-ONE, enone. So it has a double bond En, and it has a carbonyl group which is represented by On. So the combination we say as enone, En-ONE, En double bond, ONE for this carbonyl group. So this is alpha beta unsaturated enone, because with respect to the carbonyl group at alpha and beta, between alpha and beta positions there is a presence of a double bond. So it is alpha beta unsaturated enone. Let us consider this structure. So this is carbonyl group. There are 4 carbons, alpha, beta, gamma and delta. There are 2 double bonds in conjugation. So one double bond is present in between alpha and beta, the other is present between gamma and delta. So it is a dienone. Woodward and Fisher have given numerical data for various calculations. So in case of enones they have suggested certain values. We are going to see these values in some slides. During the examination or during interpretation, the data is provided and which we are going to use for calculations. So base values for acyclic alpha beta unsaturated ketones is 215 nanometers. Then for 6-membered cyclic alpha beta unsaturated ketones it is 215 nanometers. So for 5-membered cyclic alpha beta unsaturated ketones it is 202 nanometers. For alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde it is 207 nanometers. So there are certain increments which we are going to add during the calculation. So double bond in extended conjugation is increment of 30 nanometers. Then alkyl groups or ring residues, we say these alkyl groups or ring residues at alpha position are 10 nanometer increment, at beta position 12 nanometers increment, and gamma or higher values it is 18 nanometers. Polar substituents like OH group, there are certain increments. For alpha there is 35, for beta it is 30, and for delta it is 50 nanometer. The numerical data is readily available. Okay, so this is again similar type of chart. This is acyclic enone, this is a hexacyclic enone. In these cases the base value is 215, we have seen earlier. 5-membered ring 202. Then this is an aldehyde, so 207 we have seen. Then by considering different substituents, these values are provided. So for extended conjugation, we have to add 30 nanometers. For homodiene component, I have to add 39 nanometers. If one double bond is exocyclic to one ring, 5 nanometers. If exocyclic to two rings simultaneously, then there is increment of 10 nanometers. So likewise, in case of dienes, we are going to calculate values for enones also. So again, this chart explains similar type of additional increments for different groups like OMe, chlorine, bromine, etc. Okay, the increments are readily available. This chart again depicts the same for alkyl group at alpha, beta, gamma, delta position and above. For OR alkoxy group 35, 30, 17, 31. For OH group 35, 30, 50. For thioethers it is increment only at beta position of 80 nanometers. For chlorine it is increment of 15 at alpha, then 12 at beta. So these values are useful for our calculation. So let us consider some examples. In this case, which is acyclic enone, this total structure is acyclic enone. So the base value which is to be considered for calculation is 215 nanometers. Then one double bond extending conjugation. Your basically structure is, whenever we consider a enone, so this is a carbonyl group, this is alpha carbonate, this is beta carbonate. So one double bond is present between alpha and beta. Then another double bond is present between gamma and delta. So this conjugation is extended to the earlier conjugation present in enone. So one double bond having extended conjugation, therefore there is increment of 30 nanometers. Then alkyl substituents. Alkyl substituent at alpha position. So as I mentioned, this is alpha position. At alpha position you have one alkyl substituent, that is CH3. So there is increment of 10 nanometers. Then for gamma, so at beta we don't have any substituent. At gamma we have one more substituent, and there are again two substituents at higher level. So at gamma position one substituent, at delta position you have this CH3 group, this CH3 group. So two substituents at higher position than gamma, that is delta position, so 36 nanometers. At gamma position 18 nanometers, and one alkyl substituent at alpha position 10 nanometers. So the total comes to be 309 nanometers. The practical observed value is 310 nanometers. So in this way, for enones also, Woodward Feature, they carried out practical calculations, observations, and they correlated their observations and interpretations to concerned rules, and these are called as Woodward Feature rules for enones. Let us consider few more examples. So in this case, this is carbonyl group and this is double bond. So it is enone structure. The structure is acyclic. The structure is acyclic. Therefore, the base value for acyclic enone is 215 nanometers. Okay. Now consider this alpha carbonatum. This is alpha carbonatum. This is beta carbonatum. So one substituent at alpha. So this substituent is present at alpha position, therefore 10 nanometers increment, and one substituent at beta position, so there is increment of 12 nanometers. So the lambda max value comes to be 237 nanometers. In this third case, again you will find that this is a enone, it has a carbonyl group, then there is a double bond in conjugation, but the structure is hexacyclic ring. It is a cyclic enone and the ring is hexacyclic. So base value for hexacyclic ring is 215 nanometers. Now see the different carbons. This is alpha carbon, this is beta carbon. So one alpha substituent shown by A, one alpha substituent, so increment of 10 nanometers, and one beta substituent at this position. So one beta substituent, the value is 12 nanometers. So base value 215, then increment of 10 for alpha substituent, increment of 12 for beta substituent, total comes to be 237. Let us consider this example. This is again a ketone. It is not cyclic ketone that way. So carbonyl group is there and the double bond is in conjugation. So the base value is 215. Then see the carbons. This is alpha carbon. At alpha carbon there is a one ring residue. One alkyl substituent at alpha position. One alkyl substituent at alpha position, increment of 10. Then two alkyl substituents at beta position. At beta position, two alkyl substituents. This CH3 group is there and this ring residue is there. Two alkyl substituents at beta position, that is increment of 24. So 215 nanometer base value, 10 for alkyl substituent at alpha position, 24 for two substituents at beta position. The calculated lambda max is 249 nanometers and practical observation is 245 nanometers. This is a tricyclic compound. It has rings A, B, C. This is a carbonyl group. This is one double bond. This is another double bond. So base value for 6-membered enone. This 6-membered enone is having carbonyl and double bond. So the value is 215 nanometers. One double bond having extended conjugation. So carbonyl, single bond, double bond. This is single bond, again this is double bond. So the double bond is in conjugation, it is extended conjugation. So the increment is of 30 nanometers. One ring residue at beta position. This is alpha position, this is beta. At beta position there is one alkyl substituent, or it is a ring residue in this case. So one ring residue at beta position, so we get increment of 12 nanometers. Then one ring residue at delta position. This is alpha, beta, gamma, delta. At delta position you have one increment in this ring B. So this ring residue at delta position gives corresponding increment of 18 nanometers, and one exocyclic double bond for ring B. Ring A is there, ring B is there. For ring B, this double bond between alpha and beta is exocyclic double bond. So exocyclic double bond to ring B is giving increment of 5 nanometers. So 215 nanometers base value, 30 nanometers for extended conjugation, 12 nanometers for beta position substituent, 18 nanometers for delta position substituent, 5 nanometers increment for exocyclic double bond. Total comes to be 280 nanometers and the practical observation is 281 nanometers. We have one more example, last example in this video. So this is again a tricyclic compound. It has rings A, B, C and it is a enone. So base value for 6-membered enone is 215 nanometers. Then two double bonds having extended conjugation. You have this carbonyl, this double bond, it is enone structure. So to this enone there is extended conjugation with the one double bond, and this extended conjugation in the form of another double bond. So there are two double bonds in extended conjugation forms, so increment of 60 nanometers. Then this component ring B has two double bonds within the ring, therefore it is a homodiene component. Then four exocyclic double bonds. So this double bond is exocyclic to B. Then to C and A the double bond is common and it is exocyclic to ring A as well as C, and this double bond is exocyclic to ring C independently. So four exocyclic double bonds, corresponding increment is of 20 nanometers. Then ring residue at beta position. Alpha carbon, beta carbon, at beta position there is one ring residue. So corresponding increment of 12 nanometers is there, and ring residues at gamma and higher. So let us count these. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 and fifth one. So 5 substituents at higher positions and therefore increment of 90 nanometers. So the total in this case is 406 nanometers and practical observation is 405 nanometers, which is the value of lambda max for this particular compound. So these are some examples. During next video we will see some more examples of similar type. So meantime you go through these and try to solve these problems in your notebook. Thank you.